Now I understood. Game Pass. Okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
God damn it! Isn't that supposed to be for Noof?
No. All right. I hit the button. I'm pretty sure
All
we're
right.
live right now. All right. Welcome
Someone's
everybody
lying.
to another Thursday, another week of Game Set Live, and a week chock full of news and games coming out, and news of games getting ready to come out. Thank you everybody for joining us again, and tell a buddy or two, like, share, subscribe. Go down the panel here, starting with our guest, the crazy one, Crazy Lui, sir. Tell everybody, what have you been playing and how have you been?
Oh man, I've been doing pretty good, man. It's been the last 3 weeks I've been gone. I've been out of the country. Now I'm back. Super happy to be here with you guys, hanging out with you, chilling and do a little bit of podcasting. And also, what have I been playing? I've been playing what's this game? Atomic Heart and Red Dead Redemption lately. That's what I've been playing.
Yeah. And Bob did the same thing he did
Noise.
last week. He forgot to hit the play button on the gameplay when he started the podcast, but it's playing now. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah. At least I'm not like. At least we're not making it 15 minutes into the show before I realize, holy shit, we're not really live. So,
Oh,
getting better.
That's a
uh,
tradition here. You get used to it. No worries, Crazy Luke.
oh,
It's all
are
good.
we live though?
Oh yeah, we're live. We're live. Definitely live.
Oh,
We are, we
okay,
are.
okay.
And
But just to make sure, say it all again, over and over and over,
no,
just to
that's
make
Oh,
okay.
sure.
So
what?
you're so you're so ready to talk smack, Fabio. Why don't you just keep on talking? Tell everybody what you've been playing. And how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm fine, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, I am. I'm not a gamer. I'm a poser because I did not download Atomic Heart yet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will be doing that after the show. No worries. But what I've been playing NBA 2K23 because finally I managed to get that game in a nice discount for my birthday. And other than that, a bit of Halo, a bit of Fall Guys, and yeah, basically that.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and Sea of Thieves, especially now because Sea of Thieves has now a Master Chief skin there. So yeah, looks
Yeah,
awesome.
because that totally fits with the times. Spartan on a pirate ship. Yeah.
Mm.
Exactly.
Noof Nukem, sir. How have you been? What have you been playing?
Oh, kaboom! Noof is in the room. How am I? I am good. What have I been playing? Pretty much Hogwarts. Outside of that, not a whole lot. So there you go, in a nutshell.
Fabio has an admirer in the chat.
Yeah,
See
wow.
That's boys. That's no admirer. That's my girlfriend.
Uh,
Ah,
You know that.
oh.
God
Nice.
damn it. That's my lady.
Hi, Lara.
so
Hello,
what
how
you're
are
saying is we
you?
got to keep it clean tonight. Is that what you're saying?
Good,
I'm pretty sure she knows
Uh,
Fabio's not a
good, good,
clean.
good. Good thing you said that. Good thing you said that because I don't want to make a mistake like I did one day in the Nukem chat.
Oh my
Mm-mm.
God.
No.
Oh, goodness. Noof, what have you been playing, brother?
I just told you I was playing Hogwarts.
How have you been? Did you say that too?
I did. I'm good, but thanks for asking me twice.
Yeah. No problem, brother. No problem. No. Ultimus Gaming. I know I haven't asked you. How are you doing and what have you been playing?
Best for last as usual, because for some reason I'm always on the bottom. I guess
Because
just my
it's in
name.
alphabetical
Uh,
order.
well, fix it. Anyway, I've been doing good. We're playing some Atomic Heart. Almost done with Cyberpunk. I am just pushing myself to finish that game, but I played some Atomic Heart. I was having fun. The controls are a little wonky, but really, it's a really beautiful game, and it's been fun so far. So.
Yeah, that's true.
You're
It
on the
is.
bottom, which means you get to stare up at all of us assholes.
Hmm?
Yeah. A little owlet.
Jesus Christ, people, drink some energy drinks. Get with the program.
And you
God
may
damn it.
notice that the panel, the show's a little light tonight. Power Man 4K will be coming in late, and
You
our
may
So
you
we're
may
just stuck
notice
with Noof Nukem tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and
like
Crazy Louie.
you may
Yes.
notice also that the panel are a bunch of assholes, me myself
yes,
included.
But
It's
right
very
now,
important to know.
but right now, these assholes, their thoughts and prayers go out to Mr. Bushido, who is in the hospital.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And
Get well soon, Mr. Bushido. Get well soon, brother.
yes, where he is tormenting the nurses, I am sure.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Get well, Mr. Bush.
Maybe we should send some prayers to the nurses as well, because
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think
And,
that, yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't need to be praying for him. We need to be praying for those poor nurses.
No, we don't have to pray for the
Exactly,
nurses.
like-
We just have to send them harassment papers. That's all they need.
What?
And I hope my buddy Supersonic Station or U4 Danny Boy on
That's
Twitter, I
horrible.
hope he's doing better. I don't know if you guys saw, well, maybe many of you might not even have him on your Twitter page, but he's a huge fan of VR. I guess he just finally got his PlayStation VR 2 and had a malfunction with one of the lenses that apparently has almost temporarily blinded him right now. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
What? Are you serious?
That is-
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go look at K Mega has shared it out, the tweet that was put through by Danny Boy, and like the lens like literally had like a high flicker, like it was just like blinding light
Oh.
coming out of it. Yeah.
Man,
What?
that's
So,
Are you
yeah,
serious?
I hope that's not a fucking a common thing, because that whoo yeah.
the law. Yeah, I hope that's not. I don't.
Where's
That sounds
tweet at,
horrible.
though?
I can't imagine
Oh,
that.
Lord.
I mean, I'm already blind, so I
Yeah,
can't
me
imagine.
too. Like shit. If I can find the tweet, I'll show it out, because he actually has a picture of it like flickering. Let me see. Can I copy the Twitter thing?
Add
Put it in
add the Monty Python intermission music right now.
Here, I think I can put the here. I think I can paste it here in the chat.
Oh, here
Yeah,
it
we'll
is.
go ahead and paste it in the
my
chat, and we
God.
can-
Wow.
Right there.
Oh, yep.
Oh,
there it
my
is, everybody.
God. Oh,
Yeah, if you took-
my
Everybody
God.
just gonna.
Yeah, I can only
Take a
imagine
minute.
with your head clamped down in that headset for a bit. If I can
Ow,
have that
oh.
going on.
So
That
Ah,
looked painful.
I
That
do wanna
looks
give a
painful. I
shout
can't
out.
even. That looks painful.
while
Oh, my
everybody-
God. My eyes are
okay,
my eyes are hurting. My eyes are
Okay,
hurting.
Yeah, that was.
I just
Okay.
watched 4 seconds of it and I'm already annoyed. God damn it.
Yeah, I have a bright monitor, so that was not good for me.
No.
So-
Wow, that's insane.
Well,
Just
let's
to-
feel
just
for
to
him.
make it- No, just to.
I feel
screw
especially
everyone.
bad for him, because like he's one of the biggest VR fans that I know. Like he's huge into it. He's so excited to get his VR headset. He's been tweeting like crazy. And see this happen to him was really, really sucky on 100 levels.
That's
health
horrible.
level
Oh,
first,
yeah.
but second level, just the fact you get excited for a product and it's fucking defective or defunct out of the box is not cool either. So
Ooh.
No, I can understand that. Definitely, but that's horrible. That shouldn't have even been shipped. Like that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like I've seen like cracked lenses stuff like that, but that's bad. That's really bad.
So
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to the people in the chat right now. We got Brando Calrissian, Laura Hinkle, of course, Fabio's main squeeze, Mr. Joanna Dark, Palpatine, and
Main
our moderator holding the fort down, Mr. Thember, who is also, I want to give a shout out to, is very active on our Discord, is always throwing in all little tidbits of news that he finds in there. Thank you, sir. It is so appreciated. And this is the perfect spot to get into our first topic because of what's on screen right now. Atomic Heart.
Atomic Heart?
This
Nice.
game is beautiful. I mean, yes, this floor is, and the wall.
Looks good.
The whole game looks like this. It's
Awesome.
really
Yeah, there's
nice.
a lot of
but it
detailed
doesn't-
reflections.
And it doesn't have ray tracing.
No.
That's the interesting part.
No, that's some
On
advanced
Xbox.
screen
On
slice
Xbox,
reflections.
I mean.
That's
Wow.
amazing for what they could do.
But it's Unreal
Okay,
Engine.
that's-
man.
wow, oh,
Maybe-
shit.
Unreal Engine
Yeah,
4
maybe-
is very impressive.
Wait. This is on Unreal Engine 4?
Yeah.
I'm not sure which
But they-
Unreal Engine, but yeah,
but-
I'm pretty sure it's 4. For as long
I
as it's been in
was-
development, it's probably 4.
God damn it.
I was
Wait,
told 4, and
wait a
that's all
second.
I've heard.
Wait a second. We are talking about a game made with Unreal Engine 4 using the classic way, the most classical way to make reflections, and they are really well detailed like that. Is
Yeah.
this because of the
Yeah.
developers, or is this because of the next gen consoles? How does this look like on an Xbox One? I'm curious now.
Well, I think it would be a mixture
sure.
of things. I mean, UE 4 is fleshed out really well towards the end. So I could definitely see them doing that. But what I want to see is what they're going to do with their next game at UE5, because they're probably going to be switching over. So
Oh,
that
that's
would
going to
be
be amazing.
something to see.
And
But
as
for
you'll
UE4, it's been impressive visually, very impressive.
I was already sold on UE5 when they showed up that demo and people were saying that it was a brand new PlayStation exclusive game, but no, it was just a demo. Like, chill out. It looks beautiful, but no, it's not a new
you'll
game.
see it here in a second. It's just not the environment either. You're about to see the robot twins and
Oh yeah.
the reflections and everything. It carries over to every aspect of the game, even
Well, that's
NPCs and enemies and whatnot.
That's one thing I didn't like how the industry went. Now, I love ray tracing in general, but I think we're underestimating the possibilities of screen space reflections, and this game is a great example
Hmm.
because screen space reflections don't take as much performance, and they can look like look very good. You can't like
I
be
mean,
full ray tracing good,
I
but
mean,
very detailed.
I
And
mean,
I
you
think we need
gotta. No, go on, Ultimus. Finish
Yeah,
up. Sorry.
I just think that we need to not underestimate that because a lot of people have. Like, just look
Hmm.
how, like, from this image you're going to see here, it is just gorgeous.
I
Yeah,
mean, you
it's
got
pretty
a
good.
really good example of using the this type of technique to make reflections in your games, but in a really good engine like Fortnite. Fortnite is using right now the Unreal Engine 5. It looks beautiful, even on
Mm-hmm.
even on the Series S or the Series X, PlayStation 5. It looks amazing. It has nice reflections, but you notice that they are not ray traced. Like so, yeah, there is a possibility of people not necessarily with this new generation as it goes along, like for people to, oh yeah, we are now obligated to be using right now just the ray tracing technique. Otherwise, people are not gonna say that our game is well developed enough.
Thimber said
But
Yeah.
he almost turned his sound off because his parents were around when he ran into the upgrade robot.
Yeah, this game is definitely not for children. But it's funny. There's a lot of funny things about it. There's great moments. So far, I've been enjoying it. I've just got so many other games I've been playing. It's just, I'm
You-
definitely gonna rush to my other stuff, then like really like invest my time correctly into it. Actually give it you know, the actual
Yeah.
time of day to rush through it. But details wise, it's very pretty.
And
okay, I'll be
Did-
downloaded. For some reason, the art style reminds me of, you know what, Prey or Dishonored 2. It was
I
Bioshock.
thought
quite
for me,
quite
go ahead.
interesting.
Bioshock for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of inspiration from BioShock. For me, I got a little bit of a Wolfenstein feel, kind
Wolfenstein
of like
too.
with the
Yep.
Russian stuff. I got a little
Mm.
bit of a
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein
Yep.
feel.
No, but I mean, I'm talking about the art style, not
Well,
necessarily
yeah, yeah,
the
art style like that
engine.
feel. I feel like I got that.
Yeah.
There's yeah.
Mhm. Interesting.
I think they've done a great job. Um,
Wolfenstein 2 or New Blood?
we don't talk about New Blood on this podcast.
Why?
oh,
Why
Yeah,
don't we talk?
yeah.
what?
I
Forget
think
that
it's a,
game exists. Crap.
it's a
Please
bad.
don't
Look,
talk about the
I know.
blood.
Come on, come on.
look,
I know it's a bad game, but let's be
it
honest.
was
It can entertain when you play on co-op.
it was a cool idea, bad execution. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, 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 no,
Exactly. Thank you so
no,
much.
no.
Halo 5. That's it.
No, Halo 5 is
Cool
cool
idea, bad
multiplayer,
execution.
bad
No,
execution on everything else.
no, but I'm talking about the story mode, not necessarily the multiplayer.
As I said, multiplayer good, everything else bad.
Well, Fabio, you get ready to go for a flight. So
Yeah, but
you're gonna see some.
all joking aside, because for some reason Halo leaks into everything we talk about.
I
Um,
saw that. I saw all those leaks and the YouTube channels that where I watched them, they already they already unlisted the videos because they discovered that 343 is flagging every single one who is leaking them.
Mm.
yeah, I saw that for Forge.
Forge
Saw that.
World, baby.
So this game does have a couple of things that are so people have really said had a problem with the main protagonist and his one-liners
Yeah.
that he does.
Yeah, I agree.
I really got
Yeah.
over that. I got over it really quickly because
It's an adjustment, I would say.
no, you can't adjust it, but it's not so much as as what he says, it's how it comes out and the timing. And I really think that may be a translation issue.
That could be it. I mean, this is a mainline Russian game, and I've noticed that like with some of the conversations, it's just really weirdly timed. It's like it's not even like accurate. Maybe I
So
need to go and look at the Russian version and just do a comparison.
Yeah, but
okay,
I'm
I'll
no
be.
Russian.
so now I'm curious. So now I'm curious. Like, so
I
the
can
best.
learn.
Would you say that the best way for me to play this game would be to put the language on Russian and the subtitles in English, or
Well,
get
this
a
is more. It is
No.
dubbed over. The original
just
language I
to
thought
have
would be Russian.
just to have a better immersion?
No, I'm immersed.
Yeah.
As soon as you just accept it and move on, it doesn't it doesn't really bother you.
Accept that one cheesy lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
mean, I don't think that's gonna disappear no matter what you do. Other
maybe educate. Well, other
other than
than
that,
I
the
can
combat's
just
been
not
great.
understand.
You know,
The combat's been great so far.
I'm gonna be honest with you with this character though. I don't mind his one-liners. I mean, for me, it's not annoying
Yeah.
as people, a lot of people are saying it because for me it brings a lot more entertainment.
Yeah.
Because I don't want a quiet character. You know, I want a character that talks to you or talks to talk or says just this random stuff for you to be like, okay, sucked in more into the game. Maybe just the way he says it, you're like, it's kind of annoying, but either
It's
way
that
though,
mentality.
Wait,
yeah.
So
but
go ahead, sorry.
so are you going to be bothered if the next Elder Scrolls ends up not having your main character to have voice lines?
No, because you're gonna read the lines. You're gonna do it like every other Bethesda game ever.
No, but
Yeah.
like I'm talking about a situation because many times the games they usually had a main protagonist who didn't talk shit. BioShock being one of them. Dishonored, Halo, all those games they usually didn't have any person saying shit. Why? Because they wanted to make you feel like you are that
Yeah,
person. And did that.
and that
But
was a
are
joke I was
people
gonna
now,
make about Halo.
are people now being bothered because of that? Would you say
It
that it's a
depends
topic?
on. I think it depends on what you're going for, because we've had some games where people talking during it is fine, and in some cases it is more immersive. But I think it depends on what the developers like mission was. Do you want to be complete? Is it all you and all that, or is it you're just you're going along for the ride? It kind of depends
Well,
on what they want, I think.
as as a
Um,
as a
it's up
nice
to it's up to developer. Just that's the developer's decision. Whatever
as
they
a,
feel is best immersive to them is what I think.
as a nice and romantic music once said, you say it best when you say nothing at all. So yeah, let's continue.
Well, that was Halo CE through 3, and then we got 4 and so on.
I mean,
But
it
yeah,
reminded me so much of Duke Nukem, and I didn't have a problem with Duke Nukem because that's just who Duke Nukem was. And in this game, if you
I
if you
want
pay
cheesy
attention,
liners.
if you pay attention to his backstory, and how he's so like indebted to this main scientist that he's helping out. You can tell his
I noticed that.
personality is from his personality. He carries himself as a badass, and he's been in the shit. He's seen the shit, and so yeah,
this is just another day in paradise for him.
yeah, I
Yeah,
just
No,
there's
but
like this one
you-
scene where he drops like 10 stories down, and all of a sudden you see him like light up a cigarette like nothing happened.
yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, all right, another day, just
Oh,
like
he
all
tokes
right,
on
let's
that
go.
cigarette so hard that he damn near runs it all the way back to the filter.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, he does.
Are we really talking about the story or the background for Duke Nukem?
No,
cares
we're
about
talking
that?
about this game.
What's up with
Okay.
this
this game.
game?
No, we're
What's up
talking about
with
Atomic
the
Heart.
movie?
See, if you
I was
would have
so
played
worried.
it, you would know what we're talking about.
Oh,
Exactly.
that's a low blow.
That's a hard little blow,
No,
man.
no, no,
I,
but he's right. I haven't played the
I,
game. I need
I,
to do.
I feel bad for Fabi now. Fabi, why don't you
No,
install it right now while we're here and play? Just
Okay,
do like a little Timmer.
I'll go to a corner and stay quiet here.
no. With all due respect, yeah, we were talking about a moment early in the game where he
Right.
does do that, and it was actually a funny moment. Like he just, he falls down the elevator and then just casually just lights it and just,
You know,
another
you
day.
know, you
Awesome.
know what I like. You know what I like about this game. Also, the enemies, the way the enemies act, and how you know everything about the enemies is pretty cool. How the robotic thing, the way they move, they come and punch you, and everything is just insane, man. I mean, seriously, the enemies are freaking creepy, man. You're like, whoa, this
Yeah.
they have like this doll movement, you know, and you're like, whoa,
And
you
Yeah, at
actually get
first I
it.
thought it was funny, but as I went on,
Yeah,
it just became more and more creepy.
and
yeah, it gets creepy.
when you first start the game, I mean, you see like the lower level robots, and it literally looks like somebody just pulled a rubber mask over top of their robotic skeleton, and
It
even
looks like they
that's
just took
kind of
out Mr.
creepy.
Potato Head pieces and just taped them
Yes,
or
it's
glued them. I
just
meant that's all they really
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
That's all I felt like they really did.
Noof Nukem. Do you know? Are you gonna get it? Are they gonna have a physical copy for this game?
I have no idea. Actually, I think there is a physical copy. Yes, because I saw it on Amazon.
Ooh,
But I will buy it, sure. But it's just again too much other stuff going on right now. It's just not in the cards. I'll just have to wait on this one for a little bit. But definitely it looks awesome. A game that I think I would definitely love playing. The graphics are with what can you say with the graphics? They're definitely a highlight. They pop out at you. The game looks absolutely dynamite, and I'm hearing good things about it from the reviewers, from you guys talking about it, and from the footage I'm watching. It just looks like a really cool game. It's like I said, it's got that blend of sort of a little bit of a Bioshock slash with two different types of games. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So yeah. So I don't know. It definitely looks good. I can't wait to play it. But again, it's just I'm just gonna have to wait a little bit on this one, man. A lot of money going out in this past couple of weeks. I mean, Hogwarts and now PSVR 2 and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, we have a
Well,
little
don't
bit of
get
news
blinded.
on Hogwarts for later on in the show. Yeah,
Just don't get blinded, Noob.
yeah.
I'll try not to.
So one,
I'm already blind. So
the largest misstep that I think the developer made here on Atomic Heart is that you cannot remap your buttons on the controller. And
Yeah, I
if
hate that.
if there's one thing that I've heard people complain about once, they've complained about it 100 times, is that their placement of the buttons leaves a little to be
Word.
desired. It's a little strange where they want you to. Your action button is the right bumper, and to activate so that you can see your surroundings and identify enemies, you have to double tap that action button twice. I mean, yeah, you have to double tap it. Of course, that's twice, but it's awkward with
Yeah,
it
it's
being up on the bumper. If it was X button, I could double tap that easily, or B button, I could. Keep in mind the A is used to jump. I'm not sure B is used for anything because push in right stick, that is to crouch, and B is used for back in the
oh.
menus. So I don't understand
Yeah,
why
it's
we
very
couldn't.
awkward. I've never seen controls like it. I'll be honest. That's a new one.
Yeah,
Yep.
but
It's weird
I'm
though.
hoping they can just give us controller mapping and I'll adjust it how I like it. So, oh, B is used.
oh
Okay,
yeah,
yeah, B is
yeah.
used for dodge.
Thank you,
Okay, yeah, that's
Brando.
right.
B is used for dodge.
So that one's fine. I'm used to B as dodge, but yeah.
Yeah, it just I don't know. I could almost do with like maybe a direction on the D-pad. Are we using up and down? I know we're using left and right, but are we using up and down? One of them
Using it.
to kind of scan the area. Oh,
Yeah, that double tap is annoying.
but
Yeah, it is.
yeah. Chat, let us know what you think if you've played it. Are you planning on playing it? It is almost 80 gig download, but it is on Game Pass, so it's going to cost you some hard drive space. That's about it.
Not even counting that 60 gig update that they had us do. Luckily, you won't have to do that with the new download. But when
Right.
yeah,
That happened in the morning before I even got home. I was lucky because sometimes I have to. Sometimes my updates don't trigger automatically, and I have to go back and do
Yeah,
them.
that's
But
what happened to me.
it did automatically that day. Thank goodness.
It did not for me. I was unlucky that day.
Poor Ultimus. Well, so next topic. Forza Horizon 5. They had a little bit of a reveal today. and they have announced that in, correct me if I'm wrong, is it March?
Yes.
March, they are going to release, it is going to be Forza Horizon.
March 29th.
It's going to be a rally mode. You'll be able to build your own rally cars. You'll be able to do your own, it'll be a whole separate rally campaign. Rally racing. And they even showed, in the gameplay, they showed overhead drones, or I can't remember if it was a drone or if it was actually a helicopter, but it was just like, in the rally games where you've got your co-pilot telling you, slow down coming up on this turn, and this is how sharp you can take it or how fast you can go through it. From the air, they were actually giving the driver real-time data on what's coming up, which I thought was kind of neat. That's almost like putting
Yeah,
two
it's
games
the
in
follow
once.
helicopter. It's a following helicopter. That'll give you the info.
Yeah, that's it's gonna be really cool, and I think it's actually gonna be take place on a new map that is gonna be kind of like what we saw in the other Horizon games, like back in Forza Horizon 3, when you could go to Avalanche Mountain and whatnot. I believe it's going to take you to a different part of Mexico that I don't think you'll be able to drive actually from that part to the next part. You'll have to get transported back to the main map. But yeah, it's going to be a full-blown DLC with its own map, career, and builds, and parts, and everything. Pretty cool.
You know what? You know what I would like for Forza to put in? I would love them to put in a Wiener Mobile Off-Road Edition.
Really?
Yes.
Shaped like an Oscar Mayer wiener?
Yep. Exactly. That'd be
That'd
pretty
be a
cool.
great addition. That'd be a great addition, I would say.
It
Yep.
would.
It would also be hilarious to see that driving by. It would be hilarious, and I'd be so. That'd be great advertising. Just gonna be honest. It's the best advertising right there.
Ultimus would be stuck in awe. He wouldn't know what to think.
I think it's a funny idea, and it would be a cool little make fun of. I love stuff like that. But looking at the gameplay, yeah, we'll be in new areas in this new area. It looks great. Looks great.
So, Noof, you looking forward to rally racing?
Absolutely, man. It's Forza Horizon. What's not to like? I mean, they've nailed just about everything, so I'm pretty sure the rally racing is going to be dynamite. I only got a chance to check out some small clips of the game, but it's, typical fashion. It's fantastic playground graphics, and it looks like we're still in the Mexico environment, which is probably a good thing. It definitely makes a very fitting setting for rally, and I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of cars they throw in there and getting right back into the Forza Horizon experience. So this is a DLC, though, right?
Yes, this is a DLC.
Okay.
If you got the premium edition upgrade, it will be free to you. You will not have to pay separately for it.
Actually, no, never mind.
It's probably the best
I don't have any version because I had it on Game Pass. I don't have Game Pass anymore, so yeah, I still gotta go buy it.
I did have it on Game Pass.
Game Pass.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I
I
did.
Game Pass anymore. Boom boom.
Because you guys know
Someone
why.
has- Well, you buy Game Pass or what?
What?
Ah, god damn it.
Anyway, while Fabio's
wasn't it.
contributing, very scientifically.
I'm trying to convert him.
So I got the. You could get the premium upgrade for Horizon 5 when it came out. I think it was you got it for $20. You got the main game, free on Game Pass, but you could upgrade it for $20. And I'm pretty sure I did upgrade mine. So yeah, I will be playing it. I'll be jumping them hills.
20 bucks.
I'll be
20
cutting them
bucks.
ruts.
Equivalent to 2 kidneys in Brazil. So yeah, awesome.
2 kidneys in Brazil. Can't you just trade the 2 kidneys for 1 liver? Be done with it?
I kind of already. First of all, I already have a liver. Second of all, I cannot live without at least 1 kidney. So
Well, we can't live. Well, you can't live without a liver. It's
Well,
okay. Bad
so,
trade.
like,
Bad trade.
I mean, what good
Sell one
is-
of your lungs. Just sell one of your lungs.
Okay, that can work.
Anyway,
Finally, someone with some sense.
Oh, I have no sense.
Of course not.
Yep.
No, I saw you in this gameplay. I saw you attack that innocent cow.
Well, yeah. And
I
you saw
saw
him
you.
kick my ass too, didn't you?
You're a
That's why you
monster.
don't mess with innocent animals.
You're a monster, mate.
He
You
spun
gotta admit.
around and back kicked me right into the next century. I was like, damn, yeah, that hurt. It hurt like damn.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, now he's attacking this one, and this one also attacks him back.
How
So
can
he
you do
was he was 0 for 2.
Yeah, they got me. Got me good.
How can you
But
do
yeah,
this?
check it out. If you haven't seen the video, it really does. It looks like they're gonna nail this rally mode, or this rally DLC, in the same fashion that they've nailed every other part of the game. It does. It just looks really
That's
good.
one thing
Looks
Playground's really
fun.
good at. They're able to keep you really engaged with, just a variety of DLC that's, they're never the same. They're always unique in their own way. It's always fun. It's that's one thing
I
Playground's very good
remember,
at. It's just these great DLCs.
I
I love
remember
and
people. I remember people underrating the Lego expansion for Forza Horizon 4, and like, it was just
hey, that
amazing.
was a great expansion. That
It
was
was
fun.
amazing.
This is actually the first Forza I've played the most. I have never been like a big Forza fan, but man, this Forza just intrigues you to jump back in there, especially when you play with friends, man. It's insane how many people you get in there, like 12 people all together.
Something like that, yeah. Then
Yeah,
going on joy rides on the highway. It's a great time.
yeah, it is a lot of fun, a lot of fun. They really have done a good job, and I just love that they keep putting stuff in there. I mean, this whole rally thing is pretty awesome, and
And it
man,
will hold us over until later this year. We're going to get Forza Motorsport. We're going to
ooh,
return to my favorite series. So that'll keep me entertained until then.
All right, you see Grandma on the screen here.
oh,
Granny
that's cool.
She,
Xena.
Granny is about to go buck wild with an
I did not
AK-47 and a
expect.
rocket
I
launcher.
think you know what? I think that's Sarah
Have you
Connor though.
seen my bowl of borscht? What
That's
is
Sarah
it?
Connor though. That's Sarah Connor in the future right there. I mean, she faced the
Yeah, it
Terminator right
is.
there. That's Sarah Connor right there. No joke.
She kicks the crap
Poor
out of the
Sarah
robot
Connor.
with I can't remember what it's called right now. With rake, I think that was. And
Right,
then
yeah.
immediately, a minute later, has a whole cache like right there. You see it with
She's
an
like,
AK-47 and
oh,
rocket launcher. This is Granny of the Year
Oh
right
yeah,
here.
Granny's
yeah.
Granny's getting
I'm
ready to go
telling
buck
you,
wild. Here she
Sarah,
goes.
Sarah
That's how I
Connor.
knew. That's
Sarah
how I
Connor right
knew
there.
I love this game was when Granny just completely goes full badass.
Yeah, right there. She sits
That's how
everything
you
down. Look at
know.
that.
That's how you know your granny's been around a lot of dicks and pricks in her life.
Right?
Hey, I've always said don't mess with Grandma. I've always said that.
Oh, so yeah. Um, I know. Just don't shoot the messenger panel and chat, please.
Rip it like a band-aid. Let's go.
Touching on the ABK deal, okay?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies
here we go
and gentlemen, Microsoft
Something you got.
has made two big moves this week. They have
Oh,
signed 10-year deals with Nvidia for
again.
GeForce Now
And
and
Nintendo.
Nintendo to put Game Pass games, including Call of Duty, on Nintendo and on GeForce Now. And if you remember correctly, other than Sony, Nvidia is the other entity that had a big issue with and was really
Yep.
outspoken about this deal. And now they're on board. Now they're cool. They're good with it because they
Yeah,
know they're going to
the
get all
primary
the games.
the primary concern was the cloud market, but Microsoft. I mean, I don't know what happened at the meeting, but in the end, it was okay. We're just gonna put all our Xbox games that are on PC on GeForce Now, and that's the agreement for 10 years.
Oh,
And
basically, here's the thing. Let's sum up everything. Microsoft decided he called Nvidia, Nintendo, Sony, and the FTC. They decided to unzip their pants, put it on the table, and said, "Mine is bigger than yours." That's it.
They whipped it out, slapped
Well,
it down, and said,
on
"Now, what do y'all think about that?"
They said,
That's-
"God damn!" After that, I had no arguments against that
well,
guy.
Fabio gives
Nope.
the rough translation. Me giving the professional translation. It was a good agreement. I mean, we got rid of every one of Nvidia's concerns. The deal is signed, and everything's good to go. Nintendo, who really wasn't against the deal from the beginning, there's also a great deal and a great partnership there. Gonna be the same thing, bringing games from Xbox, Xbox over to Xbox over to Nintendo, Switch, and everything else, and so that'll be a
I
great deal.
wonder
We'll have
what
Call of
Game
Duty
Pass
also see it
games
on
they're
Switch.
talking about.
I
Because
wonder that one too. Probably Call of Duty, of course, as I've already said.
I don't think
And
the
we'll find
Switch
out
is
what
going to be able to
else.
play Infinite. I think the Switch will die.
I mean, no. Here's the thing. What do you
It
mean
already
infinite?
exploded trying to play Minecraft.
Because like, here's the thing. When it comes to Nintendo, I think that the deal that Microsoft made with Nintendo was that they were going to make Call of Duty available on the Nintendo Switch. Not that every single Xbox game is going to be available on that console.
Nope.
Well, they
Only
said, well,
only for Nvidia. They made that different with Nvidia.
well,
Yeah,
yeah,
or
that was a
PC,
weird wording by
PC
Microsoft
Xbox maybe.
president.
uh,
What about the Microsoft president? Because
you know,
on the message officially, it did say that we're going to be bringing Call of Duty, but then he said on his tweet had the image that I just said we're going to bring Xbox games. So there was that
No,
weird communication. Now, could that have been
I
an
you,
mean,
accident? Yes.
you,
no,
Could that
no.
actually mean that there's more than Call of Duty? Yes.
you know what
I
I
mean,
found?
here's the thing.
Oh,
I don't. Here's the thing. I don't. Sorry, Louis. It's just because
cool.
I needed to say this. It is like, I don't think they mean that Halo is going to be there. Forza is going to be there. Otherwise, like,
No.
it
I think
makes
that
no
was a joke he
sense.
made. I think that
No,
was just a
no,
joke that he was
no.
making.
I don't think it is a joke. I think he means that once the deal is done, every single Activision Blizzard game is going to be considered as an Xbox game. So probably they are saying that every single Activision Blizzard game is going to be on the Nintendo Switch. Maybe
Possibly.
that's
We'll find out. We'll find out in the
for
end. All
me.
we know is that one is for
Yep.
sure that they will be getting Call of Duty. That is a done deal.
Mhm.
So, but what we need to spotlight on this is the fact that the two
The
industry
one.
leaders sat down, have talked with Xbox, and have agreed to just make concessions on this, just communicating with each other, didn't have to do it through the courts. While Sony, however, has not made the same that same deal. They have not had that same let's meet up in good faith and work together and make a deal on this so that way we
Nope.
can, alleviate all the concerns. And I think that's what we need to be talking
And they
about.
were
I
offered
mean,
15 years.
oh,
Here's the
Yeah.
thing.
let,
Here's the
let,
thing.
let- this is what I
Go
found.
go.
This is what I found funny about this whole thing. Sony this week was counting on everything going to be on their side. I mean, literally, I mean, in the past few months, we've been hearing that the FTC was against the CMA was against it. Everybody was against it. You heard Nvidia was against it and all this stuff. And
Google.
all of a sudden, this thing happened this week. And you see Nvidia happy with the deal. Nintendo happy with the deal. And and I'm gonna tell you something though. Don't not mess with Brad Smith. I mean, that guy, oh my God, how he everything he put into wording. I mean, I was laughing so much when he had the contract in his hands. It's like, oh, I have a contract here for Sony. When they're ready to
Sit
sign, they can
down.
sign it. We can put it in Microsoft Word. And when he was mentioning Microsoft Word, he kind of like paused, because he was gonna like make a little joke, to make it simple for them like to read it. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah, it was
God.
savage. It was
It was
savage.
savage. I mean, it was really savage. This whole week has been savage. Xbox has been playing it hard with these guys. And again, it's like everybody's against Sony right now. It's hilarious how everybody just turned their backs on what Sony was saying. I was like, whoa.
Well, the points they were making, and Sony has not been willing to play ball. They're not willing to sit
Nope.
down and make an agreement. They're not willing to communicate. So I think one thing that is going to affect the CMA and FTC, whether they like it or not, is that the other companies are sitting down in good faith and they want to work with them, and they're like, okay, this deal's going to happen,
Yep.
but we're willing to
Exactly.
make it because we're working. We have concerns and we want to relay them to you, and then we'll work together. We'll sign a contract to alleviate those concerns, and
You know,
that is not acting in good faith. It's acting, it's acting right and it's acting professional. Sony,
and
however, has not made that same level of professional decision and acting. I'm gonna be honest, like an adult, like adults about it, and doing things, doing things that way. No, they're still sticking to the court, and right now, I think all it's gonna do is hurt them because it shows that they're unwilling to work with us. They're unwilling to work with
you know,
Microsoft.
you know what's another thing that Bat Smith said that I really enjoyed it when he said, "Oh, this deal is a lot more better than what they
Oh,
had before." You know what he's
Yeah,
saying right there, right? So if Sony comes
yeah,
out
yeah.
and says,
saying that
"No,
contract is better.
no, 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 no," what he's saying right there is Sony comes out and says, "Hey, we had a better deal before." He's gonna say, "Oh, let's see it, let's see it, let's put it over here, right here for the FTC to see," you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my God.
and it's 10 years. I mean, the way Call of Duty comes out, that's 10 freaking games essentially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Wow.
stop
And not just
whining.
and not just that, and
Yeah,
not
and
just
what
that.
if that deal includes maybe some of the games going to PS Plus, for example? Like,
Mhm.
because Microsoft has seemed that they've been willing to do that, and that they're fine that they just make a deal, and we could probably do that. They seem to be willing to do
And not
stuff like
just
that, so maybe that's one of the things that they're talking about.
is and not just that, it's not a situation where after 10 years Microsoft is going to make Call of Duty exclusive. Microsoft already said that it's never Call of Duty is never going to be exclusive to any
Well, that's
platform.
beating a dead horse,
But
sir. We,
he
we've
said,
we've
he
made that
said,
point 100
fuck it, this
times.
motherfucker. No, no, but like this motherfucker 10-year deal is just about the marketing rights that Sony has with Activision before, and now PlayStation is considered as the Call of Duty platform and la di
Well,
da.
I think the funny part here, though, guys, is the whole fact. Like, why is Sony putting up such a show, such a fight per se? Because this is only going to work out two ways for Sony at some point in time. It's either going to be take what you get and be thankful for it, or you guys are going to be lucky to get fucking anything. Because if I'm the people running Activision, if I'm your shareholders, if I'm your head directors and stuff, this is not good. Like they're a major proponent to why this deal is getting hung up so much right now, and people
The
are
main
essentially
reason,
losing. Yeah, and people they're one of the main reasons, and people are losing money. Don't think that people aren't losing money the longer this drags out.
the longer
There's
this drags
stuff there's
out,
stuff on the
paying the
line.
lawyers, the court fees, and everything else.
So you think if it doesn't go through, do you think then the future agreements between Activision and Sony are going to be what they were in the past? I'd be very
No,
doubtful. I think
no.
Activision. I would hold a bit of a grudge. I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to make you guys dearly pay for making us dearly pay. You know what I mean?
Yep. 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 Yep.
Yeah,
I
but
guess,
we've
like I've said
we've hit
once,
that horse before.
like I've said several times before, even if PlayStation does sign a deal and this goes through, there's going to be some animosity between Activision and Blizzard. And yes, money may overcome at the end of the day,
Yeah,
but
for
it's
sure.
probably going to cost them a whole hell of a lot a whole hell of a lot more money than it could have.
I
No,
mean,
Mm-hmm.
but
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. Though. Don't get me wrong though. What Sony's doing, they're actually doing a pretty good job on getting the FTC and the CMA to look at this through. That's a pretty good thing. But the thing is that what they're doing wrong is trying to block this deal. That's what they're doing wrong. I mean, I understand you guys have your doubts, and of course you should go out there and say, "Hey, I have doubts about this," but just don't go out there and try to block this deal. That's what you're doing wrong. Because at the end of the day, you got this company that's buying Activision Blizz, which 98% of the shareholders said yes. Bobby Kotick said yes. Everybody said yes to this deal, and you're
Said
putting
said yes.
you're
but
putting
like
everybody against you for nothing. You
but
know?
like it's not necessarily a situation where Sony is saying I'm not feeling too good about this and they are trying to block it. Sony is actually acting like, oh shit, they can actually do what we've been doing to every other platform for years, and we don't
Hmm.
want to do that. And why I'm saying this because of the reports that Microsoft asked for them to show, and that they are refusing to show. Why? Because
They
that's
were.
going to show that that's gonna show to the FTC that, oh Jesus Christ, Sony's a piece of shit when it comes to making exclusive deals.
It's a situation kind of like playing a slot machine. You know, when you start winning money at a slot machine, and eventually you go, maybe I should just withdraw now. I'm starting to lose some money, but let's take out what I got and let's leave while I'm ahead. But I
That's what
feel
I
like
do.
it's going the other way. Whereas is it's like, yeah, they don't want to quit while they're ahead. They're basically going to say we're going to gamble till we lose everything, and that's kind of where they're at. They're just
Yeah.
pinching it off. That is, they'll it's they're folding their cards and they got nothing left on the table.
And as I've said, they're the only company that isn't just wanting to sit down and just make some concessions and just make sure that their problems are heard. No, they're just going straight to the we want it blocked and that's all we want.
Yep.
It's not acting in good faith and just saying, we have some concerns and we just want them alleviated and if Microsoft can work with us and fix it, then and that was it. No, there's Microsoft's putting deals on the table. They're not accepting them, or they're not even sitting down and negotiating with them. They're not even communicating, and that's acting in bad faith. And I think the CMA and FTC need to take that into
Oh,
account completely.
not only that, they had like a lawsuit, and right now with all this paperwork coming out, the lawsuit went forward now towards them. I think they had because they had like a little monopoly going on after this because of this whole deal and everything. The lawsuit actually got pushed forward. So
Yeah, so that things are just bouncing back. This blowback. There's everything's going bouncing back against them and their endeavor. And I think all it's going to end with is the deal's going to go through. As I'm almost 80 to 90% sure now, more than I ever was. Um, and it's just going to leave everything on bad terms, and that's just how it's going to be. That's just
yeah,
how it's going to
because
end up being, and it's all their fault. Especially when you attack Nintendo. That's not something anyone wants to do.
Oh no.
I mean, they literally. I mean, I'm gonna say one more thing, and then I'm sorry. I know you wanted to speak. Nintendo literally created their own like part of the industry on their own. So I'm pretty sure there's no messing with that. Let's just be honest.
Don't lose your head, robot. Wow.
Right?
Yeah, that robot combat's very interesting.
yep.
Yeah, they did too. They lose it very easily. Yeah, damn commie robot bastards. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Those tentacles coming out of your hand are kind of creepy though. That's some weird shit right there.
It may,
No, yeah, everything about this game is creepy. I mean, if you play it, you're like, whoa! Like I said, the way the robots move, it's freaking awesome. Oh, and they got that Superman laser. Oh my god!
I'd be afraid to jerk off with my left hand. I might hang myself.
oh, that's funny. So,
Uh,
other than, did anybody watch State of Play today? Anybody?
yes, I did.
wish.
I watched it. Yeah.
Already did.
I worked all fucking day. God damn it.
Oh, shoot.
So, look, Crazy Lui, how was it? Was it
I'll
worth it?
be, I'll be honest with you. A lot of people were pretty like, but I liked it though. I liked it because it showed a lot of cool games. I'm actually, I actually want to play this game called Tishia. I don't know if you guys saw that game. I want to give it a go. I want to try it. It looks a lot of fun. I'm always like into all these weird cool games. It looks a
There
lot of
was
fun. What?
like there was a ton of people that were saying that this state of play was going to be mostly focused on the Suicide Squad game, but
Um,
I'm curious, did they like give any focus towards the PSVR or something like that?
They showed a couple games on the PSVR, which everybody who's been grabbing the PSVR has been talking really good stuff about it. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like today I saw a video from 108 Dragons Lemon. He actually, shout out to him. He actually showed a video that he actually got it. And the way he was expressing himself with that VR sounds like it's pretty amazing with the haptic feedback and all that cool stuff in it.
Nice.
So they have showed a couple of the games, for VR. And then they jumped into, I think they showed also Resident Evil 4.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There was another game, I forgot the name of it. And that Resident Evil 4, wow, that's a game that I'm actually getting more and more impressed by it. I wasn't like hoping to buy it because I'm tired of Resident Evil 4. I mean, we have been getting Resident Evil 4 since PS2, you know. And I was like, I'm gonna hold off from it. But when I saw this gameplay today, I was like, this is getting interesting. This is getting interesting. And yeah, and after that, we got the Suicide Squad,
Mm-hmm.
which I got my thoughts on it, and I have a little bit of doubts, because it's different. It's not the same, as the Batman games we love and we enjoy. This one is totally different. It's kind of weird though. So I don't know if you guys watched. I don't know how you guys felt with it.
Yeah, I wasn't really. It wasn't what I was expecting. It really wasn't.
Yeah.
I was expecting a game that really took me back to Arkham Knight or something like that, and this just they focused so much on the shooting mechanics, and I'm like, and even before they showed it, they said that third person shooter, and I'm like, but Arkham's not a shooter game. Now Suicide Squad. That's all. Basically, all they showed was there was some melee, but 90% of the gameplay they showed was shooting from a third person's perspective, in the air or on the ground or swinging from here to there. And yeah, gotta say I was a little disappointed. I thought it was going to go in a different direction.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
that was another thing that was kind of weird. You saw like Harley Quinn like with telekinesis running around, and you got this guy. No, telekinesis, no, like teletransportation, is it? And then you got Captain Boomerang like doing like a speed thing, moving here, moving super fast. And yeah, it was. Yeah, I was like, okay. And then you got which is something I was like, this is weird though. King Shark, like, is he really that smart? Yeah, he sounded super smart.
Yeah, because in the
I like,
movies he was dumber than shit.
yeah, in the
Yeah, and that
movies,
was a
it's so
massive. People were massively critical because he actually is a lot smarter than what that movie did. Like, if you've seen the
Oh,
Flash show, he's a lot smarter in that. But in that movie, they made him look dumb as rocks, and I was actually really, really aggravated by that, to be
oh, I,
honest.
d- I did not know that.
Yeah,
Because
that was. I don't know why. I think was it James Gunn that did that, but I didn't like it.
So the one thing
Mm.
that really stood out to me from State of Play, yes, I liked Resident Evil, and look, guess who's in the building? He
What's up,
can
guys?
Ladies and gentlemen,
He can
please
wait.
welcome
He's
Power Man 4K.
he's late. He can wait until I finish.
I agree.
Oh,
Okay, so move yourself
So
right now.
state of play.
Yep.
Yes, I liked Resident Evil. I was thrown a curveball by Suicide Squad. Wasn't what I expected. The jewel for me was a VR representation of one of my favorite survival games, and that was Green Hell. Green Hell in VR. I thought, damn, why don't we have a VR headset, Phil? What the F? But, yeah, that's what I thought. Power Man 4K, sir. We're going to run it down real fast, all right? You ready? Let's go. How are you? What have you been playing?
I'm good. I've been playing Atomic Heart. All right, keep going.
Okay. What do you think of Atomic Heart?
I love it. The controls are weird. That's stuff that people are saying about the controls is true. But other than that, it's like a weird Russian cousin to BioShock. But I dig it.
Needs button mapping. Got it.
I got a question though, and I want to ask you guys this: that robot, with the black suited robot, who does that robot remind you of? Because I mean, I saw it, I was like, this robot looks like somebody I know.
I don't know.
The one he's fighting right here.
I hadn't
Yeah, the
thought
way he's
about
fighting,
it.
yeah.
I mean, those ones just look
The
like
Matrix?
they remind me of like the iRobot robots, kind of.
Oh, strange. Okay, Microsoft ABK deal. Microsoft going out and making a 10-year deal with Nintendo and Nvidia. Go.
Making a deal with Nintendo Nvidia. That's actually, like I said, that was actually. Oh, that's Power Man. Man.
Power.
Yeah. Well, no, you can go ahead. But I was just going to
We've
say
already
that
covered it. I'm just,
Yeah. So my thought process is on it really quick. This has been the plan from the get-go. Microsoft has never been
I don't know where this whole thing came from Sony. Microsoft hasn't been trying to keep things away, quote unquote, from anybody. This is a little bit of a show of power. Them having the contract, them having the press conference, having everything. Say, hey, listen, Sony, everything's available. I don't know what you're talking about. There will be things that might still stay Xbox exclusive, but as far as ABK and Call of Duty, they've made it adamantly clear that it's not going to. As a matter of fact, they're unlocking it to Nintendo. And what people don't understand is like they're agreeing to 10 years of like Nintendo's basically like, okay, well, we'll agree to this, but essentially like you're going to be responsible for figuring out how to get this done for Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? But they also didn't say in what facet, so who knows? I mean, maybe like you'll get something like Call of Duty Mobile or maybe a specific Call of Duty to the Switch. Nobody says, that it has to be
That's
like
true.
the mainline AAA Call of Duty. That wasn't specified, so maybe they could be getting their own specific, which might be good for Nintendo because let's face it, I don't think that the big AAA version of COD running on the Switch is going to look good,
No. No,
So-
it's like PS Vita type thing.
Yeah,
like that.
unless obviously I think that like probably Microsoft's solution is put xCloud on it, and then once ABK goes through, then it's like okay, well Call of Duty will be in the cloud, and you can access a Microsoft server, and then 100 something million people that are using a Nintendo or having to log into a Microsoft account because that's what they do with Minecraft and like Elder Scrolls and stuff like that. So it'll be a huge win for Microsoft because their user engagement will probably double, because anybody that has a Switch and wants to play COD, they're going to have to log into a Microsoft account, Honestly, I'm more surprised Nintendo agreed to it than anybody, because they have this huge thing about like their system, their ecosystem, and all that stuff. So, like I said, this is all like it's all just part of the deal. It's all to let everybody know that they're not trying to hide Call of Duty from anybody, But we all know that's not what Sony cares about. Sony doesn't really care that it's going to be purchased by them. What they care about is going in the Game Pass. That's what they care about. Like that's what they can't compete with. They're not going to have anything in their first party. First off, it's not going to be day and date, and then second of all, they're not going to have anything big enough to be able to drop and compete in a service that says for $15 I get to access the latest and greatest Call of Duty every year. You know what I mean? Like, and the thing is, Call of Duty is an annual title. It's something that people buy. I know people that buy Call of Duty that don't even really like play it a whole lot. I was one of them for a few of those Call of Duties. I bought it, but then I'd grind it, and a couple months you're bored, and then it's over. But every year you buy it, and it's just what you do. And people have just gotten used to that.
Change under Microsoft's leadership, but currently, yes.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is like, regardless of what happens or even the quality of it, I mean, at the end of the day, people can justify $15 to play a Call of Duty, whether it's a 6 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. I don't think that's going to matter as much. $15, they get access to that, they get access to a bunch of other games, and then that's all she wrote. And at the end of the Xbox wins.
It's not like you're paying $15 on top of Xbox Live. It's Xbox Live
Right.
plus.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I justify it. I look at it like this: like if you're just accessing Xbox Live and you play any game that's not free to play and you have to have online access to pay for, the extra $5 to access the games to me is just like a small thing in comparison.
I look at the profits. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, if you're looking at it from that point of view, you're not paying $15 for Game Pass. What you're paying for is $5 to get access to Game Pass on top of a service you already needed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think one big potential profit that's going to be, especially on the Series S side, is parents with young kids that want to play Call of Duty. Then this is simple. They go out, they can buy them a Series S. Then they provide them with Game Pass Ultimate. Done. Then they have Call of Duty. They have all of them. And that will sell a lot of, especially for kids who are casuals, that will sell a lot of Xbox Series S's. Because the same thing with the Xbox One, it's just a casuals thing, and then they can play the game every now and then. It's not like hardcore like my Series X. But there's a lot of potential profits there. It's It's a no-brainer.
Right.
So, on to State of Play, which is what we were talking about when you graced us with your presence, Mr. Power Man 4K. If you
I
watched
wouldn't say Grace.
Okay.
You gotta wait. You got a beef with him? Is that what's
Not
going
at
on?
all. Power Man has been one of my friends for a long time. It's you, Fabio.
Oh, damn. See,
Ah,
okay. Apparently, some
As
of you
if I
fuckers missed the sign at the door that said, leave your shit here.
Poor Fabio. Poor Fabio. Fabio's been getting
Poor
it all night.
Oh, so, Power Man,
No, all the love, Fob.
we chatted a
and
little
that's
bit
why I
about
was
this earlier today and on Twitter. You really felt like they wasted a lot of opportunities with their State of Play today?
Are you asking me that?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm asking you.
Oh man. Whew. Yeah, this State of Play was the thing. It was definitely a thing that happened.
That's a polite
And
thing.
it was the thing that Sony did, and it was,
it was
Eh,
you know, like,
see, State of
It is.
Plays,
like
to be
it was a
honest.
thing that Sony did, and it involved
Yeah.
PlayStation, I think,
Well,
and
State of Plays haven't ever really
playing.
been a place where Sony shown up any really like big games, to be honest, not a long time. It's typically been other events. So typically when I go into a State of Play, I expect some small games. I don't expect a big blockbuster show off. It's almost never.
do you guys
a State of
want to
Play.
know like an interesting statistic? So Sony has shown, so Microsoft showed more first-party content in their developer direct than Sony has in their last 5 State of Plays. Anybody want to take a guess why?
Because there's a
ABK
big gap.
deal?
There's a big gap between God of
Development
Wars and
cycles?
Spider-Man's.
Sure.
That might could be it, but I refuse to believe that Sony doesn't have first party titles in the lineup. What's happening is this is called posturing, right? Sony needs to look as weak as possible.
Yep.
They need to look like their first party isn't as strong as it actually is, and it's working. Let's face it, it's working. People are buying into this. They're slowly waking up, but people are still under this idea that Microsoft bad, big corporation bad, they're going to kill the industry, yada yada.
What
right?
is Sony? Sony is
Sony-
a major corporation.
80%
Sony
of European market.
80% of the European market, over 90.
Agreed.
Or no, it was like a massive. It was a big percentage of Japan,
95%
a
Japan.
big percentage of global.
Right.
So yeah, they hold
what
the
people are
massive
looking at
majority in multiple foreign
is-
countries.
And this is
Yep.
what's interesting. They're always looking at Microsoft and Sony. They're not looking at Xbox and PlayStation. Conveniently enough, right? Because they look at Microsoft, they're a $1 trillion
As a whole.
corporation. Sony's, I mean, the deal is worth 70% of what Sony's worth total, including PlayStation, TVs, Walkmans, all the other bullshit that they make. You know what I mean? So the reason why you haven't seen a lot of first party from Sony is because they don't want to let the regulators know that they have mega hitters coming in to the pipeline. So that's why you're getting state of plays that are full of VR and large third party showcases.
Well, that would
because-
affect the media, but wouldn't Microsoft have requested current information that they'd have to disclose of their pipeline, the stuff that we've seen redacted on paper? So I think
Maybe
that's
maybe
a
that's why
decent
they're-
idea, but I think there's more things that they've had to say on paper. I think that was one of the, maybe I'd have to look at the documents again. One of the reasons why they may have been resistant on giving information. I'll have to review the documents, but I think there was information on stuff coming on PlayStation.
Maybe it's
But
possible.
I'll review the documents and go back on that.
All I want to know is
I-
where's my Baldur's Gate? Where's my Baldur's Gate at?
Everyone in Baldur's Gate today.
It's on a PC, unfortunately. I still don't understand that. I don't understand that. And you know what's funny is I feel like that game's going to come out and it's not going to do well on console, and then it's going to be anything else's fault except the fact that like you skipped out on an entire console base that could have purchased, even if it was 1 million copies, that's 1 million copies times $59.99 or whatever it costs. Like that's money in the pocket.
You know
what
what's
I mean?
funny is watch it be on PC in PC Game Pass, just like we saw with Death Stranding.
That's
It's
very
in
possible.
PC Game Pass, but not on the Xbox console. So
There's several games that are right now. Total Warhammer 3, Death Stranding.
Streaming is fun on the PC, so I enjoyed that.
You got Ghostwire Tokyo coming out right now too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll be
that's-
on console and on PC.
that's
so that'll be
rumored.
nice.
Ghostwire Tokyo. I actually answered someone's question on Twitter today. The grapevine is telling me that Ghostwire Tokyo on Xbox in March with additional content. Yes.
That would make sense. That would be cool. Isn't when did it come out? A year ago.
Yes.
Was it March? It was March a year ago.
Yes.
So that would add up. The deal would end, and then it could release. That would make sense.
Yep. Baldur's Gate.
So that would be nice to see. Definitely a nice little Game Pass game for March, and anything else they might have, that'd be nice.
I really wish they wouldn't push. They need to have separate shows for VR and console. They really do, because
Well, then the show would only have been 20 minutes.
I know,
Yep.
but it's just they just start off with the VR stuff, and it's like, can I just fast forward? And if you're watching it live, no, you can't.
They started with the VR stuff because the VR just launched, so you can't really blame them for that.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to
No, that's
while the
business
iron is
strategy.
hot, get the hype going. VR is going to be here to stay for them. They've got to go all in on it, or this thing is not. It's just the price is already a major factor in adoption, so they got to go all in. They got to support it. They got to get behind it like they did the original PSVR. Because to be honest, I'm even surprised. I'm actually really impressed when it comes to Sony. You can flaw them in a lot of areas for sure, but I'm actually impressed that they stuck with the original PSVR as long as they did, and it got as much support as they did for it. Now, could it have been better? Absolutely, but considering that it still had some longevity and it sold, it started to pick up a little bit of sales, especially after the first couple of major price drops that they had about 1 or 2 years into the life cycle. They had a few sales and drops, and it started to get a little bit of adoption. And they started coming up with some better software started to come out, but that system was always flawed. It always felt like lots of potential, but never fully reached. Especially, one of the big flaws of the original VR was using the Move controllers, which never felt intuitive or very good. And especially after getting a Meta Quest, it was like, my God, those things were absolutely horrendous for the most part. But I applaud them here. Like I said, the price is a little steep, but when you do look at it in the grand scheme of things, and you look how much it costs to do VR, like good VR gaming on a PC, like you got to have a really high-end rig, and those VRs are not cheap either. So this is actually still more affordable, even when you bundle together the PlayStation 5. It's still costly. Call a spade a spade.
But for a
it's
similar
still more
experience, it is a bit more affordable. That was one thing for the hardcore VR players, that was actually something they liked because it was pretty good PC quality graphics compared to the Quest and all that. And that was some people I was talking to were telling me about that, and that's why they really wanted it. And so yeah, there's that part. Myself, not a big VR. VR is still pretty niche, no matter what people want to admit. It is only about, if I remember correctly, 5% of the industry. So it's still a small thing.
True.
It's not something I'm into personally.
Yeah, but
Whatever.
I applaud Sony for getting something that kind of makes their product somewhat, different, I guess. I mean, they if they were to really lean into that could really differentiate themselves from, something like going day in day on PC or something like that. Once they decide to make that call, there could still be the argument that, okay, well, the PSVR 2 is a thing, and if you're into that, and if they invest into it continually, and to make the whole deal hasn't really even been affecting Sony. I mean, the hardware sales showed. I mean, they're still in first place. They're still dominating in other parts of the world. So
what is PSVR 2? Is correct me if I'm wrong. It's a $600 purchase.
5.
I think it's $550 with the Call of the Mountain bundle.
Okay.
Yeah, $550 plus the $500 PS5, not counting tax.
So you're looking at
So it is an expensive setup.
$1,100 to invest in PSVR 2 if you haven't already gotten a PS5.
Yeah. Now, if they were smart, they would do like Palpy was talking about and actually make it PC compatible, because then you would have a viable competitor to the Valve Index, and then you would have a full blown library of games that you could have access to. And to note, I think that depending on how good or bad the PSVR 2 does, will dictate whether or not that actually happens. I don't think that that's out of the realm of possibility, because they obviously are embracing PC. They're making monitors, they're making headsets that are designated.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea at all, actually. No. Not at all. Like you put that. I don't remember what their brand is called. Wasn't it Zone something?
Yeah.
Just put like that. Literally, just make that. Put the name and just say this is for PC, created by Sony. That's all you got to do, and then that's easy money. And just put it at a competitive price. That's all you got to do.
A neutral branding, which is Sony on it. You know what I mean? That way, it's just like a.
Oh yeah, or just like the Sony whatever. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be a good competitor.
I don't really. So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to look at this from an engineering standpoint. The PSVR 2 is connected to the PS5 by USB-C.
I'm not sure. I don't know if the attachment's proprietary or if it's a USB-C. I just know that there's one cable that controls, or that just
because USB-C has got the bandwidth to do it. I just didn't know if it was USB.
Yeah, but like I'm pretty sure the USB-C.
Yes,
is
the headset connects to the console using a single USB-C cord.
Yeah, USB-C. Okay.
A lot more straightforward and just faster.
That would cause an issue on the PC, because I don't think PCs are yet. I mean, ones that are running video cards are yet set to push that horsepower through a USB-C channel.
Well, that's right. That'd be an adjustment.
Know how the Valve Index attaches? Is it a USB Type A?
No, Ultimate's just said it was a USB-C.
No, I'm saying like the Valve Index. How does the Valve Index attach to the PC? Does anybody know?
So that connects to the headset DisplayPort cord, your graphics card port. Now connect the USB headset to the USB 3.0. Okay. So it's probably a simple transition.
Okay, good. Then
that wouldn't be a bad transition.
By all means, PSVR 2 should be made available to use on PC, because it doesn't seem to me like there's any hardware limitations or issues that you would run into. I mean, like if you take the earliest Oculus, you have to have at least a 1080 Ti. And I'm sure they can put out the specs for what the PSVR would require minimum and whatnot. But,
a lot of the VR, a lot of people that use VR, I've noticed, pretty much just go all in or not at all. That's all I've really noticed.
Yeah, and you got to be able to maintain. You got to have a rig that can handle. You got to be able to maintain 120 frames, or then you start dealing with motion sickness. That was a problem with the PSVR 1. It had a hard time maintaining 120 FPS in both eyes, so that you don't feel so discombobulated whenever you're playing it. That was I had a PSVR very briefly, and I played it, and like after I just can't do VR, because after like 30 minutes I start to feel sick. I can't do it. Like and people have told me like, oh, it's different on the Valve, but yeah, you got to spend, it's $1,000 for the Valve plus you have a monster rig.
The original PSVR. The original PSVR was very limited as well. Like there were some games that worked really well. There were some games that just didn't, and a large part had to do with the low resolution lenses, the screen door effect. There was a lot of factors which kind of caused that nauseation. It did get better over time, because I can admit when I first played it, it was a little tougher than what it was like. Once you kind of got situated, I guess, or acclimated as they call it, it got a little bit easier. But there were still some games that you're just like, this is not great. You know what I mean? Like the playing tricks at your mind and your eyesight is pretty trippy,
Yeah, so, I know.
Yeah.
one of the things that people were complimenting on it, IGN was one of them I highlighted, was that the new lenses are high-res 4K.
Yeah.
Easy to see. And as we've learned from earlier, it's a very, very bright light.
Very bright.
So there's definitely a lot of clarity there.
Blinded by the light. Strapped on my VR.
If we're gonna start
and
singing
now
the
I'm looking
weekend,
for
then you
the...
at least better get out your guitar. Anyway, but
Remember
yeah,
they
no,
had
so-
remember they had like a little scary thing. Remember what some of those defects is that every so many units they have this little Jim Ryan thing that pops out in your eyesight.
God.
Scares the shit out of you.
God.
All
You know,
right.
you're playing like a
Oh,
horror game, and
man.
all of a sudden, like Jim Ryan just pops. He's probably naked or something too.
Oh, dear Lord. Oh, no.
yeah, that I would sell my PSVR to
Hello,
the next day.
guys. Did you get a load of me? Hey.
So
All
does the name Joshua Ortega ring a bell?
Yeah, sure.
No, who is
I
it
know
that's
Jenna
DJ?
Ortega. I don't know
Jenna
Joshua.
Ortega, heck yeah.
I just know Rafael
He was
Ortega.
with the Coalition, and he worked with them on Gears of War 5. And he's
Alright.
recently put out a tweet where people have asked him in the last 24 hours, what did you do on Gears of War? And he replied to that saying that, once again, it's on.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Ooh.
dun,
And also,
dun.
we got a confirmation. Mortal Kombat 12 is coming too. It's been confirmed, guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Hopefully
something.
Ed
And
Boon was on Twitter.
better than 11.
I hope, yes, and please, please, I hope they make it like Mortal Kombat X, because I love the way Mortal Kombat X played.
Just for the
Wait.
love of God, don't put the
Oh,
free
yeah,
modes
X
that you
was
can play with
great.
the character.
11 is special to me though because it had Spawn. So
11,
Oh,
no, 11 is fun as hell. Don't get me wrong, it is a good Mortal Kombat game, but like Mortal Kombat X was so much better with the online experience.
I liked X.
Not-
Yeah, X
not-
was good.
Yeah.
Not only the online,
was.
the characters ran. I mean, when you thought you like had a breather, but those guys came at you running, you're like, oh crap, he's on top of me again, beating the heck out of you. Then
Yeah.
they need to put that back. Not like the last one. Last one was like more kind of Street Fighter-ish, it felt.
Speaking
know,
of Street Fighter, after you talk, Fabio.
No, it's just because I like a lot of Mortal Kombat X because it has a really comical character for me that I really enjoy playing. That was Boraicho, and yeah.
Boraicho, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Well, speaking of Street Fighter, at that same PlayStation Showcase, we got to look at three new characters in Street Fighter 6.
Zangief.
And I gotta tell you,
Got to look.
one of them was one of my favorites from back in the day when I was a horny little teenager.
Oh,
We got-
Lord.
We got
Cammy.
Cammy.
They're bringing
Cammy.
Cammy back.
Back in the day, he says,
We
guys.
got
back-
Cammy.
Back in the day.
Back in the
Back in the
day,
day.
they're
We got
bringing
Cammy, and then
back.
forgive me, we got
You
the new
just
characters
dreamt of pulling on those ponytails,
Zangief?
didn't you?
and
Oh,
Lily.
Zangief, yes. And who's the third one?
Lily, we got all
Lily.
these new characters. They looked really cool.
Wait.
Looked
Lily.
fun, but everyone was hyped with the fan favorite Cammy returning,
Mhm.
and that was just cool to see today.
Who the fuck
Cammy.
is Lily?
She's new.
She's
I
a
don't
new
I don't
character.
remember her. I was stuck on Cammy.
Yeah, he was still
I
imagining
was-
us. We got to look at some new characters. Everything
I
looked
was
cool.
stuck on-
They
I was
looked
stuck on
There's
Zangief.
like a Czech version of God, what's his name? His name's Thunder. Thunder, right?
T-Hawk.
Exactly. I just Google her and look at her design, and she reminds me of T-Hawk.
Yeah, T-Hawk, yeah. That's what it was.
God damn, where's T-Hawk these days?
Which game? Was he in Street
Bring
Fighter?
back T-Hawk.
T-Hawk left like in the Street Fighter the movie. He got his paycheck and left right away.
Street Fighter 4 was the last game where we ever saw.
He was just a knockoff of Nightwolf, though, man. Nightwolf was like the real dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was the beast with the axes, you know what I'm saying? And the
Like T-Hawk T-Hawk was equivalent to the Zangief who doesn't grab anyone, he just punches.
Yeah,
Simple as
he
that.
hit you with his nipples. Like he
Yeah,
did
like
weird like chest bump thing.
exactly. He did like a jump that looked like he was flying, like an
I was
eagle.
gonna say, Dalsim must be the most popular person with the ladies. Because with
Nah,
his arms and legs stretched like
it's,
that.
Man,
it's it's the other way around. T-Hawk came out first, and what's this guy's name from Mortal
Jesus, man.
Kombat? I forgot his name from
Nightwolf.
Nightwolf. Yeah, T-Hawk came out first, and
Ah,
then
Really?
Nightwolf.
Nightwolf came out after?
after,
Wow.
yep, Nightwolf came
I
out in
c- am I the
'95.
only
Nightwolf
am
is
I
still
the
valid. Okay,
am I the
so
only one who hated the design of Nightwolf in Mortal Kombat 11? Like he looks like a child.
maybe. You know who I think they always messed up on. I miss when Reptile was a ninja, and not like a, like you could have like the reptile
Yeah,
characteristics, but he was too lizardy,
Mm.
you know.
It's
No,
just because it would be way too repetitive. You got a yellow ninja, a blue
yeah,
ninja, a
I
red ninja,
guess, but I liked it. But you could still do like
black
a
ninja.
ninja with reptile like characteristics and still make it look cool, you know.
mhm.
Mm,
All right.
So
So, has anybody seen the advertisement for the mini Doom Slayer in the top-down shooter game?
Oh my God, that
I
looks
saw
so
that.
cool.
I saw that. I
Right?
saw that.
Yeah, it looks so cool. I'm down for that. Heck
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
man.
that
I'm a
could be
big
really
Doom
cool.
fan.
Here's the thing. I liked it, but it gave me a Gears Pop vibes that this game's gonna die quickly, sadly.
Not if
Honestly,
they.
every mobile game gives me Gears Pop vibes. Honestly, it's like
Yeah, good points. Do you
they're
remember
all
the Crash
No.
Bandicoot mobile game? Do you remember the Crash Bandicoot mobile game? Is that still alive?
Crash Bandicoot Rush is like the running game.
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, yeah.
Is
My
that
daughter,
still
my,
alive?
my daughter played that for a while. I think it was, but I think they're shutting it down, or they shut it down, or something. I don't know.
Who could have guessed?
They're gonna shut all these games down, man, unless it's a game that whales can like really dive into and support.
I fe-
Then like
I fe-
Clash of Clans or
I
whatever.
loved it. I really enjoy Gears Pop, but I fucking right now hate it because on my Xbox it shows like the missing achievements every time in my achievement list because I never 100% it Gears Pop, and then they decided to shut down the fucking thing, so it's impossible. Yeah, beautiful.
And did anybody catch the Instagram posts by Recore?
No,
Yeah, I
wait,
did.
sorry. I'm sorry.
So the Recore's Instagram account has been dormant, inactive for 5 years until the 19th of February. They released a very cryptic code on a piece of paper, and I'm gonna be
yeah,
kind of
I did
upset.
see that. Yes.
I'm gonna be kind of upset if we get a Recore 2 before we get a Rise or Son of Rome 2.
I don't necessarily will because I love the Record.
I mean, I loved Recore too, but Rise should have gotten it before Recore.
Agreed.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
Rise
like,
was a masterpiece, and I was sad that they just left it.
yeah, let's be honest. Crytek was just a piece of shit.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sell the fucking IP to Microsoft. Goddamn, they would have made
They technically own it.
Rise 2.
They
I
may
think
own
they
the,
own. I think they do own Rise.
They may, yes. Crytek may have some sort of investment there. That otherwise, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of that would stop another one from being made by Microsoft independently. I mean, they'd probably fuck it up anyway. They'd hand it to 343, and then we get there. So, yeah, totally. Really, y'all just gonna let that? You just gonna let that float? Nobody's gonna like jump on me and say, "How dare you talk about 343 like that? You son of a bitch!"
We're so tired.
They kind of deserve an
So
asshole.
we're
Yeah.
you You tell us that when they release the season 3 for Halo Infinite, and then we'll say something. Right now, yeah, we're
Speaking of
just
that, did
No.
you guys see the teaser for the supposedly there's gonna be some cool stuff for the skins or something like that? I don't know, but
No, Rise is property owned by Crytek. That is their
yeah,
property.
exactly. Yep.
Looks like they might have tried to buy it from them, and then that just didn't go anywhere.
And that's why we'll never have a Rise 2.
No.
Did you
We'll
see
never-
Forge, the Forge World map coming back to Halo? It's not been
Yes.
used since what
Yeah.
was it 2011? I want to say.
Let's see. Let's see. When was Halo Reach released?
20,
So
2000
Long time ago.
long time ago.
yeah, a long time.
Really?
ago.
Yeah, that was
I-
in
That's it.
a recent leak.
I actually had hair
2010.
on my head when it got released.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was in a.
Oh, horse and
It was
carriage.
debuted in a 2010's Halo Reach. 2010's Halo Reach.
Yep. 2010. It's September 14th, 2010.
13 years ago.
Wow, it's a long
Around 13
time
years
ago.
ago.
I told you, I had hair back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got hair now.
So, but that was in an
really?
unofficial leak.
Are you using a
so-
wig?
Wait.
No, he just shines his head and walks out proudly into the world.
I mean, in your logo there.
Yeah, he's got hair in the logo. Totally. Lots of hair.
No, I mean, I had a lot of hair, like I didn't have all this bald spots, but yeah, I had hair when Nike came out.
Okay.
Now he looks like a crazy scientist.
Yep.
To me, this is a pretty clear case of false advertisement. Okay, just point out that.
And the last.
He never made any promises he never kept.
And so far, you haven't been so crazy as your name says. So
Ah,
keep an eye on you.
Wait. I just realized, Crazy Lui, you stole that from Barnyard.
from Barnyard. What's Barnyard?
Okay, then you did not. Where did you get Crazy Lui?
Because his name is Louis and he's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I got it from.
Okay, look up a show Barnyard. When you find
Tell
Crazy
us-
Lui, that's what I think you look like.
Crazy Louis,
Okay.
tell everybody the camping story with the guacamole.
Oh Lord, wait.
Okay, I just
3 hours later.
I just loved so much right now. Like, you stole that from Barnyard. Barnyard? Okay, so you haven't stole that.
Hey,
from
we were running out of topics. We were about to end. I might as well continue something.
Barnyard. Man, I've never seen that movie though. Wait, is that a movie or is that a game?
That was from the show.
Computer?
They had a
Oh, the
show and a
show.
movie.
So I do
Yeah, it's a
have
whole big
one
show.
more thing I want to talk about, and then we'll do some outros and get everybody on. And
Just on a
Then
side
we'll
note,
go-
did you guys notice that Microsoft was gracious enough to give Sony Minecraft Dungeons as their merch?
Oh,
I
was
did
gonna
see
mention
that. Yes, I
wait,
saw that earlier.
Did you see Phil Spencer's tweet?
Yes.
That was funny. I'm telling you, this week they have been rabid, man. This has been like a rabid week for Microsoft.
and now that my
I-
last
they're
topic's
going
been
all
covered,
guns
we're gonna do
blazing.
nice
I wanna-
outros.
Phil Spencer's tweet. Always exciting to see more people get to experience great games like Minecraft Dungeons.
That's a great point
then-
they
and
can
then it-
make in court.
And then he
Right there is a
basically-
great point they can make in court.
Actually,
and then he
should
shares
say-
the PlayStation Plus games for the month.
Exactly.
Nah, he goes straight into it. I loved it.
Actually, he should have completed by saying it would be a shame to make 150 million people not be able to play such a good game.
Oh yeah. He's
Like,
been on a roll this week.
what do we got to give you guys to fucking prove that we're not a vindictive piece of shit? Like we're just trying to get
You-
a bigger cut of the pie. We're not
gotta
taking
sell
the
us
pie
Call of
from
Duty.
you. We're not
You just
taking the
sell us
pie
Call
away
of
from the
Duty.
table. We just want a bigger slice.
I just love the fact that they actually put that possibility on the table to Microsoft. Like, okay, so Microsoft, we are going to approve the acquisition if you don't buy Call of Duty. And then Microsoft,
Not gonna happen. They even said
Exactly.
that it wasn't a realistic claim or a realistic request.
Exactly.
It's not realistic.
It makes
No
sense
no one
at
is gonna pay 69 billion if they're not getting the biggest IP in the world.
That's right.
Mhm.
Like that's
Exactly.
ridiculous. At that
Microsoft is
point, you
saying
might as well just buy
yeah.
Guitar Hero and run.
Yeah, but
They want the IP, they want the marketing because they know
mean,
that's going to be a huge thing for Game Pass. Bottom line,
Never
and
gonna happen.
the mobile stuff is the second biggest part of the whole equation. They want the mobile side of things so they can crack to get their games and get Game Pass into the markets where they have struggled. Because what's one thing that everybody has, no matter what country you live in, a fucking cell phone, right? Mobile
True.
access, right?
Yeah,
here-
Japan
here's-
mobile gaming is big.
And I got to be
Here's
honest
the
with you,
funny
I
thing, though.
thought xCloud was
What?
crap when I had my 11 Pro Max iPhone. Come to find out, it was just
Okay.
a bad modem because Qualcomm was having a kerfuffle with Apple, and so
A
they
what?
had a
Kerfuffle.
kerfuffle.
Waffle?
Yeah. Then I
It's
got
still having
I
it.
got a 13 Pro Max that actually had the Qualcomm 5G modem in it, and xCloud is freaking great. I mean, it's
Yeah, it's
really
amazing.
good.
I managed to play Halo Infinite on xCloud, and it was fine. My biggest problem was it was hard to see on a little mobile screen.
Yeah.
I told you to get
Yeah,
a
that's
bigger
annoying.
phone.
Jeez, I just
like,
wasn't running on a
what
tablet.
kind of big phone? Yeah, exactly, on a tablet.
Hey,
What-
they now have phones that are basically as big as iPads. I mean,
Can you imagine? Can you imagine Noob like with this big iPad, like sticking out of his pocket, like hello? You know.
That's why I would say I would suggest a Series S over any of that, bro. Like
all you gotta do is buy.
$299. Yeah, and you get a perfect experience for the money. Like
Speaking of that, Phil Spencer made a tweet on that. He was saying he was enjoying playing on his Series S with his X screen, just
Yep.
wherever he went, and that was cool.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
nice.
because it doesn't weigh that much, and it's actually,
It'd be nice if
like
they
It
made
is a
one of them
light
that snaps onto
console.
the
It
back
is
of an
so
X.
small.
No, here's the thing. I just love that. I just love that you guys pointed out that like the Series S, even though it is a home console classic as we all know it, like it is quite portable to be honest.
yeah.
Every time I go to my best friend's house, I'm taking my Xbox Series S so we can play some shit together.
He
The
has to take the horse and buggy there, but he gets
Oh.
there.
the last topic
You
I
also-
did want to share with everybody. So has everybody seen the
No.
new Xbox video on Redfall's World?
No.
Ooh, Redfall, such a beautiful game.
It came out
Oof.
a few days ago, and it reminded me of one of those videos. I'm not 100% sure this game's gonna make it to May, because the video they showed, it's one of the last 3 or 4 videos. If you go to Xbox's YouTube page and click on videos, you'll see the World of Redfall. It reminded me of one of those videos that you would expect to see like 7 to 10 days before a game comes out. Not something 3 whole months before it comes out. It was really, yeah. So I don't know. I think this game is in a playable, shippable state right now, and they have done what they've done just to distance themselves from the Hogwarts, the Atomic Hearts, and everything else in February and March and April, like the Resident Evil 4, Dead Island 2. I mean, the list goes on and on. Wulong. I mean, you get so many different games that are coming out, and they just said, yeah, there's nothing going on in May. Yeah, we'll go right over here. Yeah, I think it's ready to play right now.
Yeah. Probably. Usually it's in a playable state, probably just working through the leftover bugs, making sure it runs as perfectly as possible, going through
Yeah.
optimization processes to make sure that there's no issues on the Series S and Series X. Frame rate, probably just trying to adjust that in every point they can, looking for stutters, drops, and everything else. Bethesda's really been dedicated to trying to make sure that this time around they don't have an "It's Just Work" song made because of how bad their games have been optimized. Just an example there, just getting it right the first time.
Hey, I got a lot of
Have you-
collectibles from
but-
Fallout 76.
But don't get it wrong, though. I mean, there's got they I mean, we're close to when is it gonna come out? Is it in May, isn't it, or March?
May.
May.
Or
So if it's getting close to that, I mean, they gotta be trying it out. They gotta be, trying it out. See, like we were saying, check if there's bugs, stuff like that. They gotta be doing
yeah, you
that.
got to do playthroughs. You got to find
Yeah.
you got to find the issues that they're not seeing. Because bugs come out of nowhere, especially sometimes when you do an update, everything seems fine, and then a bug comes out of the blue because you messed with one setting here, but then it affects this. Code is a royal pain. I'll just say that.
And I joined late, but did everybody talk about the Forza Horizon 5 DLC that was shown today?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we
Yes,
did.
we did.
The rally
And we
stuff.
and we want an Oscar Mayer Wienermobile going
Oscar
off
Mayer
road.
Wienermobile, yes.
Yes.
Yep.
If you were
We're gonna
here on
start that.
time,
Okay, sir. Okay, I know.
We're gonna start hashtag add the Wienermobile to Forza. I want everyone to post that after the show. That's what you gotta do.
you lost a ton of stupid shit that
Shout
we
out
just
to
talked.
Palpatine and Macbound in the chat. Palpatine says, "Is that what's holding up Starfield now? Picking the right release window." And Macbound says, "Palpy, I think yeah."
Yeah, something like that.
Ghost drop it tomorrow. Fuck it.
Yeah, ghost drop it. No, don't ghost drop it tomorrow. I'm not even midway through Atomic Heart.
Hey, I have to work late
Hmm.
tomorrow. I don't wanna. That would not work. Could you do it Saturday? I can work with that.
All right,
You.
it's midnight right now for Mr. Crazy Lui Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Getting close
Who
to
needs sleep? Who needs sleep? I'm just saying.
We need sleep.
that.
Have you met me? I've ran on 4 hours of sleep for a couple of days. It was it's fun.
I used to do that back in the day with Witcher game, man. When the Witcher game came out, I only slept for like 4 hours for like a whole week. I was into that
That is
game.
my backlog creeping up on me, man. I have to finish Cyberpunk, and then I gotta get on to Witcher, then I gotta
What?
and sneak in some Atomic Heart. I got so many things to play right now.
So I did want to
Cyberpunk.
touch base with Power Man 4K on the question that I threw out to the panel earlier on Forza Horizon 5, the Rally DLC. Power, you remember back in on the third Forza Horizon where you had was it that island that you went to off the coast of Australia where the DLC was just its own island or something like that, or its own mountain? Do you think it'll be the same way with this
In
Rally?
Horizon 3?
Yes.
I think that the rally wasn't the rally from the very first Horizon, right? Wasn't it from the very first?
Right.
Horizon?
No, I'm not talking about Rally. I'm talking about DLC. The last DLC that was a complete separate entity from the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Because they're
So
talking
what
about.
are you saying? Are you saying the rally? You're saying the rally is going to be like its own area?
Yes. I don't believe
Yeah,
the
well,
maps
like-
will enter. You won't be able to go from one map to another. You'll have to be transported there. I do believe so.
Well, yeah, that's what they did. I mean, with the Hot Wheels shit, like you do like an intro, you do an intro mission, and then it takes you, you race with a Hot Wheel, and then at that point, after you do that, you're essentially kind of in the clouds, and it's like all the Hot Wheel tracks and all that kind of stuff on the Forza Horizon 5 stuff. So I've been playing that, and you don't leave that area. I think you might still be in Mexico, kinda, but it doesn't look like anything that
Storm Mountain. That's what it was. Storm Mountain.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anything that that's like the normal map or whatever.
Well, I'll tell you what. If they have an intro race to the DLC, the Rally DLC, it had better be in a Warthog. Yep.
I doubt it. I think it looks like they're doing like a Dirt 5 vibe to me. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
When you're a Forza
Hey, that
Horizon
was a
level
launch
polish.
Game Pass game,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
be a cool little nod.
All right. Well, thank you everybody in the chat for showing up for tonight's show. It was nice to see everybody. It was nice to be heard. Thanks for telling a friend. We're going to go down the panel here and let everybody know where you can find them. Look up these great people and play some games and have some provocative conversations. Fabio Amorum, sir, where can people find you at?
Thank you so much as always to be here. Always a pleasure to talk shit and nonsense with you guys, as well as have some professionals as every single one of you, besides just everyone here is a professional. I'm the only one who always loves to talk bullshit, actually. But yeah, you can find me on here on the Game Set Live podcast as a panel member. You can find me as well on the XBL Party Podcast YouTube channel, where I am the host of a little show called Dev Overtime. I just released the first episode where I made a interview, a really nice interview with Agent Deli, also known as Dai, that we had as a guest on this podcast as well. And you can find me on Twitter as FPO Amorim97 and on Xbox as Bullfun Lizard 8.
That's right. Noof Nukem, sir, where can people find you at?
Well, when I'm not hanging out with you fine cast of individuals, you can find me on Sunday morning with Good Morning Xbox, which is 9 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. And this is going to be a really good one this week because, while we do have a few of our regular panel members out of the lineup, guess who's joining me this Sunday? We've got the one and only middle-aged game guy, a.k.a. the Mag, as well as Titan Drogba. So a little gaming after dark on your Sunday morning. It's going to be a good one. You don't want to miss it. So spread the word and hopefully get a good turnout. Other than that, I'll be streaming on Tuesday nights, a little bit more gaming. And that's pretty much it. Back to trying to get some games in. And hope to God my PlayStation VR shows the fuck up tomorrow. Canada Post, get your shit out. Let's go.
Right. I was on Good Morning Xbox this past Sunday, and I gotta say, it was had a nice time, a great group of people. A little early for Bob, but it was well worth the sacrifice. I was like, what time are we doing it? And he was like, it's 9 a.m. And I'm like, oh shit, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I gotta go to bed. Damn it. Right? Crazy.
Yeah, it's early, but it's either that wait a couple hours and then basically be sandwiched in between all the other big podcasts that roll out on Sunday. So there you go.
There you go. Timing.
I didn't feel like being a piece of cheesy meat that was going to get discarded. I'd like to get people up out of bed. It's time to get that coffee rolling. You know?
I had a bowl of cereal during the show. Powerman 4K, sir, where can people find you at? On time, maybe?
Potentially, who knows? You know, we'll see. But you can catch me on Twitter at Powerman4K, Xbox at Powerman4K. Here every Thursday at 9, chopping it up with you guys. Really appreciate it. Sorry I was late, guys, but some good conversations nonetheless. Good stuff. I'm excited about the next few months, man. It should be fun.
Yeah, right on. It will be fun. And that backlog is just going to keep on growing. Ultimus Gaming, sir, where can people find you?
As usual, you can find me over on Twitter at Ultimus Gaming, and just doing what I always do, tweeting and having good conversations with people. Been playing lots of games. I am on Xbox, so you just look up Ultimus, you probably find me. Send me an invite to a party or a game. I love to play all kinds of different games with people, so just whatever. I'm just here to relax and just have fun.
And to our esteemed special guest, Crazy Lui, sir, please tell the audience where people can find you at.
Oh, you guys can find me at Twitter where I say good morning and do all sorts of stuff at Crazy Lui Gaming. You also can find me at Xbox Lunch Break Special on Mondays at 12 p.m. noonish at the Mr. Boomstick channel. And also you can find me Wednesdays at 7 p.m. at the Xbox International Podcast with my brothers Silent Cypher, Sourbloww, and the Big Plume.
Damn.
And KY Bob, thank you so much for having me here tonight. It was a lot of fun, man. Really, it was.
Yeah, it usually is, it's just how Bob rolls, you know what I'm saying? That's right. Yeah, of course. And this is your host, KY Bob. You can find me on every platform, every social media, KY Bob. Sometimes there's an underscore between the Y and the B. Sometimes the O is a 0. I had to do that because of the person out there that is acting like they're me. Yeah, I want my name back. But, as always, every Thursday night at 9 p.m., you can catch me here with this band of misfits, this band of professionals, it depends on what day of the week as to what I refer to them as. But they are all friends, and I look forward to this every week. So thank you for listening to Game Set Live, where we try and make the games matter and not the platforms until the platform war becomes the news, and then we have to talk about it. As always, have a good night. Be safe. We'll see you next week.